Hi, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're like me and you've been here before, welcome back. I know it's been a while, but I actually wanted to drop by with a short little video to update you guys on what actually started this entire YouTube channel, my baby blankets that I'm making to donate to Knots of Love. In the first video, which was the last video about this, I had mentioned that I was actually just starting a baby blanket, my second to last, before I finished, the entire project and I'm ready to wash and send the blankets over. I was able to finish the blanket, so I just wanted to come on here and show you guys what the finished blanket looks like with the border, and to show you the new blanket that I'm starting, and a little bit about the pattern and what's going on with that one. But this is the last blanket that I was making. It's beautiful. Look at that. The blues with the grays. The gray is actually transition, so it goes from light gray to dark gray to white. So this was all the grays and the whites that you see were all one ball of yarn versus 3. And then I have the 2 different shades of blue, the steel blue and the lichen or lichen. I'm not actually sure how that's pronounced, but I decided to give it a little gray border just to, clean up a little bit of the edging there and the sides from the color changes and all that good stuff. And, make it look nice, give it a little bit of character. But now I have 3 finished blankets. So this is the last one that I finished. This was my first blanket, which I'm in love with this blanket. But this is the first one. And this was actually the blanket that I knitted. This is the same gray ball of yarn that's in this blanket. Well, not the exact same one, of course. It's a different ball of yarn, but it's the same colorway in this blanket that I used in this blanket to create this little pattern here that I'd seen in actually a lot of different crochet blankets and I really liked, but every time I saw it in the other different blankets, it had a lot of color changing going on, and I'm not really an expert crocheter, so I don't really want to sacrifice anybody's baby blanket for practice. So I just picked a ball of yarn that was, variegated different colors, and yeah, I got the pattern that I adore. I love this. I love the way this blanket came out. But of course, my first blanket is still my OG favorite. And the blanket that I'm actually working on now, so far, it's looking like this. Very, very pretty. I'm loving the texture this blanket has. And unlike the other blankets where I actually started building those 18 inches and then went up to 24, this one I'm doing the opposite way. So this one is 24 and I'm gonna build it out to 18, so the blanket will kind of be sideways. Well, sideways, how do you say that? Vertical? There'll be vertical stripes versus horizontal stripes when the blanket is laid out, from, I guess, when the blanket's laid out, the stripes will be going up and down. So this is how it's going. The yarn that I'm actually using for this is the Bernat Softy Baby. The colorway is Angelic Stripe. Hope you guys can see that there. I really can't. Focus. No, I can't. It's Angelic Stripe. You're gonna have to trust me on it. And the pattern that I'm doing, it looks kind of like a moss stitch to me. I'm not actually sure what this stitch is called for crochet. In knitting, it would be technically, it looks like the moss stitch in knitting. It's just a double crochet and a single crochet followed back and forth, and then in the next row you'll be double crocheting the single crochets and single crocheting the double crochets, and it just looks so nice. And it's kind of one of those things that you can do just to pass the time. Not so much mindless, but I don't really have to think too hard on it, so if I'm being honest. So it's been a good time, pretty relaxing, just having the blankets to keep me company during the days while I'm trying to avoid finishing the mood blanket from July, even though I know it's September, but I promise that video is coming soon. Crochet takes a little longer. It's not so much the fast the fast handcraft that everybody on YouTube makes it out to be. It takes a minute, but I am almost done with the mood blanket. I can actually show you guys some of the strips since I have the project right here next to me. But this is just a little preview of what one of the days looks like. As you can see, the different colors of the borders. I explained that in the video, so be patient with me. That video is coming, I promise. It's almost done. It is almost done. It's just, I'm like a productive procrastinator. So instead of actually finishing the project that I'm working on, I start doing other projects to not finish it. Kind of what happened with the baby blankets and why I started making a mood blanket in July, and now I finished the baby blankets and started a new one, and I still haven't finished the mood blanket, and I've started other projects too, and I'm a little bit of a mess, but I'm getting it together. So yeah, that's just a quick little update on the baby blankets that I'm going to be donating. So far so good with the blanket that I'm working on now. Like I said, it's a little bit of a mindless work, so I do kind of do it on my free time or my breaks at work, or you know, when I don't really have anything else to do. Just get a couple rows done and kind of, you know, hopefully soon I'll be able to punch out this blanket and keep moving. Be able to do, I don't know, start planning out other baby blankets for next year to donate and try different patterns and different things like that. I also want to make a sweater, make a couple crochet clothing items. I don't know, let's see how that's gonna go for me. I've never made a sweater before, but I've never made a big size blanket, and as we can see, the mood blanket isn't really coming together very well, but I'm working on it. That's what matters. So yeah, like I said, it's just an update on the baby blankets, so you guys could see that I am still doing it, that I am actually doing it like I said I was in the first video. It's going well. I'm enjoying the way that they are turning out, the way that they look so far. And with this new one, with the little colorway about the pink and the blue and or I don't know if that's, well, the green, it's not blue. The green and the yellow and the pink and the white is super cute. I also have another ball of yarn that I don't know if I'm gonna make it in a baby blanket for this year or if I'd rather save it for next year, considering I really haven't seen those yarn balls or that colorway in my local stores. So I kind of don't want to start working on it and then not be able to finish it because the colors haven't come back. So I'm gonna wait on that one just because I don't think it's enough to make one baby blanket with the ball of yarn that I have. But I am gonna start planning my baby blankets for next year because, I mean, why not? It's been fun. It got me back into a hobby that I haven't done in a while, and you know, it helped me get started here. So for next year's baby blankets, we'll see how it goes. I want to try some different patterns, different colors, a whole bunch of different things, you know, since the options are really up to me what it's gonna look like. Thankfully, Knots of Love doesn't put too many restrictions on what the blankets have to look like so much as they do on the size. They just really sticklers about the size, but it's for neonatal tiny little babies, so the size makes sense. But yeah, like I said, now I'm just rambling, so it was just a quick little update on the baby blankets from my first video. If you haven't seen it, please go back and watch more videos. And yeah, I'm gonna keep working on the mood blanket. Hopefully have that video up before October ends. And yeah, we can keep moving with my crochet journey. Thank you for being with me so far, and hopefully you guys will join me for the next videos to come. Thanks. Have a good day.